What's the difference between the following two players? We have one that has played this game for many hours and has gotten some fancy border around their picture and some neat looking stickers on their armor. Unfortunately, their rank doesn't reflect this. In fact, they're in one of the lowest skill brackets in the game. On the other hand, we have a player who has played far less with way less shine and glimmer to their account, but has hit just about the highest accolades in the game. This guy could probably be a professional player really soon. So how did this happen? How is this even fair? You're probably here for one of a few reasons. Maybe you're tired of losing your rank and want some new tips to tackle your favorite game. Maybe you're taking a break from competitive games, but you still want to listen to stuff all about them. Maybe you're just tired of seeing this. Maybe this doesn't seem fair to you. What's most exciting to me about all of these reasons is that despite what it is, you have one of the most important parts needed to push yourself to being a better player. You're here. Or you're looking at other videos, other tutorials. You're willing to go, hey, I have things to work on. I can't just teach someone to think like that, so we have one of the hardest parts down. Now, we've got the time and desire to get better. What has Mr. Spearmaker got cooking in that pot of his? Is it top 1,000 tips to never miss a shot? Or maybe, you'll never guess how playing upside down impacts your game. How about, oh, this one. The Flight Stick. One strategy game pro's secret to being the top 1% on ladder. Okay, so look, these videos are on their way, and soon enough I will explain how playing upside down with a flight stick will make the most dramatic difference in your play. But for now, let's take a step back and look at things with a wider scope. Because being able to play a game and wanting to get good are not everything. We're going to look at what's holding every player back, and then after we figure that out, we're going to tackle it. So again, what's the difference between these two players? To keep it simple, one is just better than the other guy and has taken far less time to become this. If we were to look at both of their gameplay, we'd see one on the left making a great deal of mistakes, not going into the action with the information they need, and simply being slower or less accurate. They panic. The other one on the right does just the opposite. They don't make big missteps. They know everything about what they're getting into, and they're accurate. They're composed. Now, I could delve into what the differences are between skilled and unskilled players, but that's a huge subject on its own. Instead, let's build it around one general idea that is simply more present with players who aren't the best in the world. And that's mistakes. See, making a mistake is the basis of losing an elimination, losing an objective, losing a round, losing a game, losing a point. If we can make less mistakes, this is the easiest way to start, well, getting that elimination, that point, that objective, that round, that game. Not making mistakes is what's going to get you that rank. So how do we do that? How do we make less mistakes?
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, okay, that's not really fair of me to say. It's not fair of anyone to say, just stop making mistakes, dude. Like, thanks, I guess? Okay, well, can we go to those videos that we mentioned before instead? We've all seen these videos. In many cases, they're made by talented players who absolutely know what they're talking about. Some of these videos have been monumental in helping players, and that's totally awesome. Though with a bit of research, I found that the most popular videos out there are lacking something really important. Now, what could that be? See, none of these guys making these videos know who you are. None of the guys making these videos know the mistakes that you are making. So unfortunately, if they don't point out specifically what's making you play bad in their video, the chances of you figuring that out are going to be reliant on you clicking and watching the right video that just happens to be built just for you. That most likely won't be happening. There's a pretty easy solution to this problem though, because I have someone here who can know what's holding you back. So check it out, they're just behind this curtain, so brace yourself. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Look, it's you! Wow, you're so nice and ready to take on the world, you go-getter, you. Okay, but jokes aside, while, yeah, you can order a coach, shameless plug, I do coaching. But why do that when you could take your progression into your own hands? Why do that when instead you can discover what's holding you back and then change your play around it? What this video is primarily about is the act of self-coaching. And that's the ticket. That's the important thing we're looking at. You. Self. Now we've got our coach, you, and we have our problem. Mistakes. How are you going to find and stop your own mistakes from happening? So, we aren't born to look both ways before crossing the street. Instead, it's a habit. Something that someone else gave to us. Just like the habit of looking both ways will stop us from walking into traffic, building good habits will stop us from making mistakes. Let's start by putting you in a scenario. It's almost the end of the round. You're 1 point away from winning that free-for-all match and getting that new shiny rank. And there's a few guys below. You go, well, I should be down there. But you have a blaster. You've got the win in your hands. You could just blast them from up here, right? And you're already on your way down, moving without thinking. And you get crushed by the surrounding enemies, and you're respawning, and you lose. What would have stopped you from making this mistake? A good habit. But just hoping to have a good habit isn't going to make it happen. Instead, a question could be asked from any time before you jump till after you hop in and die. What kind of question? It's quiz time. Asking yourself which of the following questions will help most in this scenario. A. What is my favorite pizza topping? B. What is the best skin in the game? This one's tough. Or C. How do I safely get this last point and win? If you couldn't tell, it's C. So you ask yourself this question before making your next big move. You stay put, poking from afar, and then, ding ding ding, you get your last point and you win. Now, not everyone has the bad habit of going way too deep into the action, though it's a pretty common one. What's important here is that this person, in this case, has now caught themselves about to make a mistake, and he got value out of it. He won a game. This is enough to give him encouragement to try again, maybe again, and again and again until he automatically challenges himself even for just a moment every time he's about to jump into the action, and he never makes this mistake again. He's found a problem. He started to develop a habit, and from then on, he avoids that mistake. So we found the solution to fixing mistakes. This is effective for everyone, because no matter the game or the skill level, everybody makes them. Everyone. Now we have a method to fix mistakes, and there's only one last thing to figure out. What are your mistakes? What specific things are keeping you from performing even a little bit better every single game? There's no super easy way to answer this question. To answer it can take a long time, even for seasoned coaches and expert players. But, in most cases, most people can do something pretty simple and be able to go, I know what I did wrong. The digital nature of games makes capturing the actions you perform extremely easy as well. And this isn't just for the sick montage videos. This is to our advantage. All you need to do is find some manner to record your own gameplay and then review it. Watch yourself play, and anytime something bad happens to you, your team, or the goal you're trying to accomplish, think, what bad thing happened? In this example, maybe your teammate got knocked out. Was there something I could do to prevent it? Yeah, you could have healed them. Why didn't I? I was off blasting someone far away. Immediately from this or a similar thought process, we can determine a mistake in our play. And if we recognize a certain mistake happening more often than the others, that's the one we focus on. That's the one we build a question around and ask ourselves about. In this case, an example could be, am I ignoring healing my team? That's where we go into a game, ask ourselves this question, catch yourself as you make the mistake or even just before you make it, and we succeed. We catch mistakes, we build habits around them, and then simply start winning more often. Now, this process is not magic. Again, it takes a while to develop habits, and the manner I've shared to find your mistakes is pretty simple, though it can help. It definitely will if applied properly. Effort needs to be exerted though. Catching your mistakes isn't enough. Stopping yourself from making them and then pushing to develop the habit over time is going to take, well, time. So don't fret. Step back and watch yourself to recognize something bad that happens often in your play. Find out what you can do to fix that next time, and then challenge yourself before you make that same mistake again. Usually, it's really simple. Do this again and again until it happens naturally so you simply don't make that mistake anymore. And, well, that's one mistake down and a whole bunch more to go. But you'll feel it. You'll feel its impact right away, and it's totally awesome. Give this a shot. See if you can be self-critical, and if it works, heck yeah. If it doesn't, then keep trying. Keep looking for that tip, or content that'll make the real difference. I want to share more, but this is already far too much to fit into a brief video. And there's a way that this process can become even more practical to develop in-game habits with. So, part 2 may be coming? But for now, if you want to know more, if you want help efficiently coming up with effective new habits and tools to push your gameplay in, well, any game, to the next level, or if you have interest in developing your ability to simply coach yourself or others, I'd be thrilled to hear about it via the comments below, by Twitter, or by simply seeing if you guys are watching this or the rest of the videos that I've got uploaded on this subject, and more. Thanks so much for sticking around. I really look forward to hearing about how developing new habits and minimizing mistakes impacts your own play. And also a big thanks to those who supported and helped make this video possible. Have an awesome one.